challenge with back this week?
Well, I mean, first of all, I'm just really excited for Kyle. I think that you know, he's put so much time and, you know, effort into his rehab that this is what he's been waiting for, and we're so excited for him. It'll be interesting to see how things go on Saturday, and you know, he won't play, you know, a lot, but he'll play, and that'll get him started. So we're excited to have him back.
What's his attitude like? What's his confidence like?
He's been so positive through this whole process. I think that from, you know, the first time I saw him when we got back from the NCAA tournament and he had surgery, the conversations that I had with him at his home when he was, you know, still in his cast and just recovering to all the way through the summer, every time we're right on track. This thing rolling, and he says, "Don't worry, Coach, I'll be back," and that's been his attitude. So happy this day is finally here.
Well, and he brings so much to you guys, not only on offense but on defense as well.
Yeah, and I'll tell you this: that leadership is such a key too. He's a great leader, and I've seen a lot of guys recover from injuries, but I haven't seen one as good as far as staying with the group of guys. And it's easy for him to step in and you know, be a captain on this year's team because of, you know, just how he went about his work in the summer. He was always with the guys even when he wasn't playing, and then he did his work, you know, with our strength coach and our doctors and our trainer on his own. But it wasn't like he disappeared from the group for the entire time, and so I think that will really help this adjustment.
How about Nate? Will he go for
Nate, we're hoping to get him next week in practice. I'm hoping that we can get some minutes out of him in the Long Beach State game. Everything is recovering really well, and his back is responding, and so we're a little bit cautious with this, as we just want to make sure that we've covered all the bases with it.
And Corbin Kafusi had some trouble breathing. Is he doing okay?
He's doing better. Yeah, got a full practice in today, and hopefully we can play him a lot of minutes on Saturday.
What do you expect for your point guard position, not just from Kyle, but from Skyler or from whoever ends up?
Well, I think first of all, you know, a real defensive presence as far as the ball's brought up the floor, and that's what we hope we can really get out of the group of guys that we're going to play, and we get some real resistance from that spot, and then build our defense behind it. I think will really help us, and then, you know, offensively, I think that it will be a real pass-first mentality. I think all the guys that actually will play minutes at that position, that's kind of, you know, how they play the game, how they approach the game. I think it'll really help our ball movement. I think we'll really be able to move the ball around and get good shots.
Has shown, at least in the first couple of performances, that he can get that done. He can distribute the ball.
Absolutely, Skies. I think him making, you know, that kind of switch to that position is a little. He's played a lot throughout his career, but you know, he's a really good shooter, and that's kind of what you know, he's built his whole personality around. But I believe that his intensity, his work ethic, just how hard he plays, possession after possession, can really help us at that spot. And so he's kind of embraced it, and hopefully he can really help us there.
Seattle Pacific's a real system team that's had some big D1 wins in the past. What kind of challenge are they for you on Saturday?
This will be a really good game. I like their roster, and you know, the coaching staff is you know, kind of a staff that goes around and teaches this type of offensive swing, and so he's a real clinician, and their guys have been together for quite a while, and so they know the system, and it'll be a tough guard. It's similar to when you play a team that runs, you know, kind of the Princeton offense, and it's just it's hard to pressure them and get up and really cause them problems because there's a lot of space behind it, and it's hard to kind of sag in and take away all that because they've got really good shooters. So we're looking forward to a really good game.
Some of these schools are playing like close scrimmages, like I think Utah played Wyoming and St. Mary's played Arizona. Do you not like to do those? I don't think you've done them.
No, I think that for us, the experience, the game experience, and you know, just the transition from practice to having the lights on and playing in the Marriott Center, especially for newer guys. I think it's good to get them a couple games in here, and so it's been a kind of a formula that's worked well for us. We've talked about doing scrimmages, but you know, I mean, for me personally, when I played, I really like to play in games when people were watching you. So if you get one more chance to do that, then you know, then let's do it.
Is Jamal, is he going to redshirt? Is that
Don't know.
official now?
Don't know.
Is it still
We'll
not?
see. We'll just see how this thing heals. I think that when you actually look at the time frame and try to manage that time frame, that looks like it's a real possibility. But we won't make any, you know, decision until we get to that point and see where we are and see where he is.
You look at Tyler and how talented he is as a scorer and how talented he is on offense. Are there things that you see from him coming into the season that represent like an evolution in his game? A
I
step
think-
forward beyond what he's already doing?
I think he's improved different parts of his game every year, and he's really spent a lot of time this year on offensive plays, you know, with you know, the ball in his hand. So we'll see. I think you'll see a real improvement that way. I mean, he'll still be, you know, really deadly from, you know, mid-range and you know, the things that we do. I think you'll see an improvement in. And he's been a good three-point shooter. He wants to be known kind of as a great three-point shooter. When you think of Ty Hawes, you kind of think of the guy who can make baskets from anywhere, including, you know, deep range. So we'll see.
Seems like it's been hard for Jordan Chapman to kind of get and stay on the floor health-wise since return from his mission. Is that fair?
Yeah, this has been tough. It's been tough for him, and I love his effort and his grit and his determination. But I missed practice again today, so we'll see where that goes.
Is it just a lingering injury, or what?
It's multiple. You know, I mean, it's not the same leg today. He's just having a difficult time trying to find, you know, a place where he really is comfortable and has good strength, you know, to continue to play. So we'll see. It's just one of those things that hasn't gone as either of us has wanted it to go.
What guys kind of overperformed in camp or just surprised you? Does anybody stick out?
I think that I'm excited about Luke's progression. I think like we talked about earlier, I think Skylar Halford has just done a tremendous job of just kind of adjusting for us. And you know, I like the young guys, Jake and Dalton, have really kind of stood out as guys who can you know, give us some real depth. So I haven't been displeased with anyone. I think that everybody is. The only thing I've kind of been a little unsettled with is we've had a lot of guys miss, you know, which you know that's part of this profession that you're in. You don't ever really want to talk about it a lot. In the years where you don't have a lot of injuries, you just kind of appreciate that because I think it's a part of the game. But we've had a lot of guys miss practices, and hopefully we can get on a consistent roll here where everybody gets healthy and we can get going.
Yeah, you hope to have Ryan on the weekend, or?
I hope so. Yeah. He got smacked pretty good, and so he'll see the doctor tonight.